As a former member of the ADF, thanks for your service, by the way. Has it been cleared up for you?
No, it hasn't been clear. And what we're asking about is better transparency and competence. Can I say at the outset, I wasn't born here. I came as a migrant. And like so many migrants, I look for a way to give back. And the best way I thought I could give back was to put on a uniform. And our war memorial has 103,000 Australians who died. So many of them were not born in this country. So let's put to bed that this is some anti-migrant question. It's not. We really treasure and respect migrants who want to serve, and so many do. What it is about is confusion and incompetence. We are short in the Defence Force by about 5,000 people. And this scheme, and there is merit in parts to it, is only talking about 350 people. And when I was in East Timor or Afghanistan, many people would have Canadian or British or American accents because we've been doing a form of this for many years. So the idea is not new. What we're looking for is better detail and transparency, and that's not lacking. And like on so many portfolios, the relevant ministers are not across their brief, and that's really concerning more broadly for this government.
Can I just ask you while you're there, Keith, why aren't people joining the ADF? Is it money or is it something else?
There's a few different reasons. There's always a correlation between unemployment and Defence Force recruiting. That's always been the case. It is harder. There is cultural issues. We heard from the Royal Commission into veteran suicide that there is a perception and actual evidence of cultural problems, and the ADF has to work through those problems, and we'll wait to see what the final report says. And I think there should be bipartisan commitment to implementing all of the reasonable recommendations that come from that.
Yeah.
But then more broadly, we need to have confidence that the government has their back. And I think there's a few areas where it's clear that this government doesn't have their back, and their record is when they were last in government. Record cuts to defence spending, the most severe cuts to defence spending since World War II. That's their record when they were last in government, and that's the concern going forward after this term.
All right. To you both, thank you so much for your time as always. We're out of time. Couldn't get to NDIS, but we'll leave that to the top of the hour with somebody else. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Keith. We'll talk to you next week. Let's get a quick dose.